So, you were probably thinking about, what if I buy a certain product for $5 and then I just go and sell it for 15 or maybe 20? Well, that is basically flipping on Amazon. You buy the product for less money and you sell it higher. So, Amazon flipping is when you sell a product on Amazon at a higher price than what you bought it for. And it's a really, really simple thing to do. And also, this is an easy way to make some profit for yourself. But of course, there are some ups and downs. And today I'm going to tell you more about retail arbitrage, what it is, and how you can approach that. So, what is retail arbitrage? Well, arbitrage is the practice of taking advantage of a price difference between two or more markets. So, you go on one market, so for example, you go to Walmart, let's say, or some equivalent to your country, for example, and then you find certain products there, and then you resell it on another market, such as Amazon. In other words, that's reselling of an item. But why do we want to use retail arbitrage? Well, first of all, you don't need much of investment, okay? So you don't need any capital for this because those items can just be bought for $5, $10, and then you can resell them for 20, 40, That's like the first step of Amazon, And if you were wondering if this is really, really profitable, well, I must tell you this, okay? This is not like get rich quick scheme, okay? Nothing of that sort. Because you actually won't get rich. Actually, you won't get paid until like 3 or 4 weeks pass. In my case, it was totally like I started paying myself like 4 months afterwards, That's when I was getting the profits. But what Amazon FBA will allow you, it will allow you to run your own business and schedule without the usual hassles and expenses of starting your own company from scratch. So basically, there's less risk involved, okay? So you don't have to invest a lot of money. You don't have to care for shipping and all of that because Amazon is going to do all the work. And on top of that all, which is maybe the most important part, is that Amazon already has the customers, right? They have a lot of people who shop on Amazon all day long, each day in a year. So you have a lot of customers right from the start. Because if you were starting your own business, you would have to source customers, manage warehouse inventory, fulfill orders, and all of that, guys. That's a lot of work. This is still less amount of work for yourself, but it is still the work, okay? Because it's actually like learning a new language, all right? Because you will learn as you go. You will just get more experience. And as you get more experience, your income is going to rise as well. So now let's talk about how to smash this, how to be good at this. So I've already told you that the bad thing is that you have to find the product, okay? That is sometimes not easy, okay? But there are different sources of those products that you can resell on Amazon. Now, of course, you will have to choose the type of product that you want to sell, and Jungle Scout tells us the most 10 popular Amazon product categories. So you have home and kitchen, you have cell phone and accessories, you have electronics, arts, grocery, toys, appliances, beauty and personal care, books and sports and outdoors. Of course, you can choose whichever one you want, all right? Whichever one of these, you can choose it. If you like something, even better. But profit isn't gonna be instant, guys. I'm gonna show you now my profit margin when I just started out, and I'm gonna tell you and I'm gonna show you this snowball effect, okay? Because after some time, it gets easier. So take a look at this. First of all, I have invested a certain amount of money into some course, supplies, and of course my inventory. So you have to stock. You have to have stock. So I just put $500 into that stock so I have something to sell, right? So that was about June or August where I just collected those and I have just invested $1,000 in it. And when I was done with the courses and supplies, I have invested $750 more into that inventory. Now, of course, you don't have to invest $1,000 in this. You can just start out small, okay? Because everyone's story is going to be different. Some of these sellers online and on YouTube as well, they just tell you the numbers, okay? So they just show you the screenshot of, I don't know, maybe $200,000, but you don't know his backstory, okay? So maybe he have invested $150,000. Maybe he have invested $200,000, and he's showing you that he has earned $200,000. So when you do the math, the profit is zero, right? So everyone's story is different. you don't have the same capital to invest as that guy, but you should start small if you don't have a lot to invest, but you should just watch the profits. So don't compare yourself to others, okay? Use them just as an inspiration to get going. Now, you can see here that the first payment for myself is actually like 4 weeks after first shipment, okay? And you can see that my investment was $500, but the profit was $196. So my debt in this business was now $1.5 thousand. Now, what is important is that you limit the frustration, okay? So you have to set yourself a goal. So you can tell yourself, okay, I won't expect any profits for like 4, 5, 6 weeks, okay? That is how you limit the frustration, okay? And you just keep going, because if you keep going, you will eventually get there. Now, back to this snowball effect of mine, you can see that the next payment was like 15 or 14 days later when I've got like $700, but the profit was $266. And then it just goes and it just climbs a little by little. But then all of a sudden, I've got this, like $1.1 thousand. But then it dropped, you know? So you gotta be ready for this, okay? Sometimes it's gonna drop. It's gonna depend. Your sales are gonna depend on how much people are spending on Amazon. For example, when you come to the end of the year, to quarter 5, well, people then are spending more money and they do a lot of more shopping, right? Christmas time, New Year's Eve, and all of that. There's just a lot of money on Amazon. But then it can suddenly drop, but then it can go back up again. And you can see this is the time when I have actually covered my initial investment and then I started to get more money from it. But I didn't take that money out until 1st of January because I wanted to keep my stock. I wanted to buy something more for the inventory of mine so I can just make a lot more profits, okay? But eventually I came to this because this was like enough money for me and I had enough money for stock in my inventory, and this is the time when I have started paying myself. So that was around New Year's Eve, and then from there it is just stabilized, okay? There was a drop in here and then it just climbed up again. But this will of course depend on how much you are willing to work on this, okay? Because this is like a part-time of mine, you know? I'm doing some other things on the side. This is part-time, okay? But if you invest a lot of more work than I do, maybe your numbers will be like higher. Of course, they're going to be higher. It just depends on you. The more you work on this, the more money you will eventually get. So how to find the products for this retail arbitrage? Well, first of all, you can do wild promotions because you know that sometimes there's a local promotion at your store, like Walmart or something like that. And they have one goal in mind, Walmart and all of those. They want to bring you to the store, okay? And that's why they give you a lot of those promotions. So maybe they will make money like on TV, okay? That TV is a bargain and you bought that TV. So the retailer is not going to make a lot of money on it. But you are then in the state of a happy shopper, okay? So it is more probable that you're going to add something more to that cart of yours because you are happy, you just save some money, and you just buy, I don't know, maybe a sofa. You just put it in there. And that's where those retailers are gathering the profits, okay? So they just want to maximize every cart that's going into their store. But firstly, they just need this wild promotion so they can get you in there first. The next option is clearance sales. So maybe someone has a store, they, I don't know, out of business, they just want to sell all of that stuff so they can just make some profit. So that's your trick. You gotta go there, you gotta search for products, but you can find some really, really good bargains there. The third option is excess inventory, and it's the same story. Someone wants to, I don't know, maybe they can just do a garage sale, you know, just go, find certain products, and you just resell them later. And of course, the next thing that you want to do, and you have to do it, you have to check for prices on Amazon. You have to do this constantly, okay? That's the trick. You do this constantly. You search for it, and there are even some scanning apps, like for example, Keepa. Keepa is a scanning app that will search for products on Amazon. But of course, you have a lot of these Amazon scanner apps. You can just scroll down and just take a look at this. First one is Amazon Seller app. So it's their official app. Then there's Scoutify, and then there's Profit Bandit. Profit Bandit is my favorite one. It has a lot of useful information, so you can just search for products there. But of course, you can do this manually. You can, for example, go to Alibaba.com. Now, this is an online arbitrage, and I'm going to make a video about that as well, but I just want to show you this as an example. So you just search for something, I don't know, maybe you search for consumer electronics, let's say, and you just search for, I don't know, let's find something. Actually, it is way easier if I just do it like this. So let's use speakerphones, or maybe, I don't know, laser pointers. Let's go with laser pointers. Now, you can see that, for example, this laser pointer is $6.9 to $7.5. But you need to order like 10 pieces. Or maybe down there you can see that this one is $2 going up to 3.20. So just remember this one, for example. Now you can just go inside of that product, and then you can just copy the name of it. So copy the whole name. Then go back to Amazon, paste that name, and then search for similar laser pointers. Now you can see that the cheapest one is $10. Okay, now let's go find even cheaper one. Maybe we can find it, but maybe we can't. So $10, that was $10, $9.99, $15.99, and now you can see that there's profit right away. This one is selling at $3.20 per 100 pieces. Okay, so that's the minimum order. So 3.20, guys, when you sell that for $9.99, well, that's a lot of profit right away, right? So you can see where this is going and how you want to approach this. In the end, this is really, really profitable. But what you got to do, you got to do research. You got to search for products, and you got to respect the rules on Amazon.com. Don't expect the profit right away. You won't make like thousands of dollars overnight. That's not going to happen. But if you just keep at it, if you keep going, that's going to be some good side money for you. So just go and do it. Take the action, and I'll catch you.